Hola. Not showing the Vara. Accept, pause. Yo, essay, how's it for a long time, Long time, my bro. How's it, my gang? Okay, today we're not doing listening session, please. I know you guys, Don't crucify me. Just trying to set something up. Because I always have a problem with the chat. Hola, Classic Desire, Mfethu. How's it? I've been trying to get a hold of you, Mfethu. Bro. Those things is done. Okay, in case I did mixing and mastering, I do it for 650 track A1. If it's not one track, then we negotiate. That's how I do it. Because if you want one track, 650. If it's more than one track, we negotiate the price. We'll see what to do. Yeah. Guys, let's drop a like to the video on the live video. Skipper, where have you been, bruh? I don't know if you can clearly hear me, but Ola Fibs, how's it good? I'm struggling to work, especially when it comes to inspiration. I don't know what's keeping. I was supposed to be making a few tracks, but damn. Is it a blank screen for everyone? What's up, Kutai, bro? I'm good. How you doing? Guys, the stand is saying it's a black screen to him. I don't know, because it's not a black screen to me. Maybe phone now can you and the has now, but everything is kind of going well this side. No, we're not doing listening session today. We're not doing the listening session today. I don't know when I will do a listening session, but the problem with my listening session is that it always takes like a very long time, and maybe I should like agree on a time so that all of you guys can be here. And another thing, I have to know how to like play your tracks, because once I noticed something when I play all the songs, I'd go over like a few songs but in a long time. So I'm thinking I should like probably play maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes of a song from each of you guys, then I'll get to like go through each and every track. But because the tracks like get a lot, there's a lot of tracks. When I get to upload or when I get to like download them and see them, the list, it's always a lot of you guys wanting to send the music. But I'm thinking we should do something else other than just listening to the tracks. But I don't know what. How can I make it interesting? Maybe the idea will come from you. I'm still thinking. Yes. And I'm also thinking maybe we should like host a genre per okay, at least it's under all grand. Cause in my go sure. Cause then is land like the link I video. Upper computer young so I can like see myself so that was born in the chat. So up I can see myself and I can see the chat, so yeah. It is cold. Yo, it's very cold, bruh. Yeah, yo. And that's like a disadvantage to me because I can't work like after midnight, or I can't even work late. I usually would make tracks like around midnight or after midnight, but now it's not the same. I have to sleep. I end up blankets because they are banned. Teacher say me, how's it, bruh? How's it? Maybe do shoot 3 months. Oh, Mega Africa. I'm not sure I get what you mean, but I'm thinking you're saying we should stream your tracks. You send the tracks, then we stream them. But I do listening sessions. People send tracks and we listen to them. I don't know. Bro, no FL Studio phone song bani. Bro, I learned FL Studio just like you guys are learning from this channel. No one like sat next to me and taught me how to produce music. I was just curious. I loved it and I watched a lot of tutorials on YouTube. And then because of that, I got better at making music. That's why I do the tutorials. I'm doing them the exact way I got to learn producing. So my advice is to do what I did. Now, just keep on watching the channel. Check out our channel. X Diesel, Dysphonic, the Odyssey. There's a lot of guys here in SA who's like pushing YouTube and doing tutorials. So yeah, I can do that. Okay, so for records, why could you host a show of producers? What do you mean a show of producers? Because I've kind of thought about something like that, but I don't know what you actually mean. So be specific a bit about that, then maybe we might have something there. Oh, it looks dope. Sandy Tangi Sandy Lekulu Pratangi. A song with threads, the village girl, it's dope. Yeah, that's a dope track. That's a dope track called Focus. Now, let me say something. Actually, the track, I'm the one who put as a vocal. It's Focus, but it's actually me, but I managed to work them out. So I was trying some things, trying to make things work, and things fell into place. A track. Maybe I should review it here on the channel also, and show you guys how to like add your own voice. Maybe I might be a vocalist soon. Okay. How about you show us basics of how to produce most producers like Kususa, how they do their drums, African drums. Okay, my guy, those type of videos, I actually have them, but maybe you don't know that I have them. But if you check here on the channel, I actually did a Kususa type of tutorial whereby I started from scratch and made a track just like Kususa, or how I think they would do it, or how I would be inspired by them doing the track. So I have that type of tutorials. Kususa, who else? Kususa, Lemon and Herb, Takapo. I don't know, man. But just check here on the channel, over from scratch. There's always what from scratch. I have a lot of those. Okay, like ones and twos, must mind. Ones and twos, like there's a competition of some sort. You guys make tracks and then I judge the winner. I don't know about that, because for example, if you'd enter that type of competition and you'd like lose on the first round, you'd never continue watching. That's what I'm sure of. So I just want something whereby so long as it's engaged and watch as as much as we can. So if I do a competition, you probably do the same thing and then I choose a winner right on the spot. No stages. Okay, Sianda, I was asking why don't you do a collab with other producers? What type of collab are you talking about? Like I just recently talked about it, track no, it's the village girl. That's some type of collaboration. Or maybe you're thinking about something else. Let me know which type of collaboration you want. Then I'll kind of tell you why it's not happening. But the collaborations are not that easy. Especially people who you want to work with, they don't always want to work with you, or not always available to work. It's always people who want to work with you, not the people you want to work with. So it's not the same. It's not as the same. So I'm just playing some tracks here which I think I made here on the channel. Yeah, some tracks that I made a long time ago. Okay, always do your best, my brother. What you plan now, you'll harvest later on the way. Okay, Dangi Paseka from Evapra. I actually believe in what you say also. What I do now maybe will benefit me a lot in the future. That's why I'm starting small. That's why I have to work now. I'm almost certain now that something will definitely happen as time goes by. I'm just putting in the work. That's all I can do right now. I think I have the time, so I should just do it now. Sometime later things will happen. We don't know. We'll see. Owen Mutao, you're the best software producer I know. Pick up. Bro, the best software producer. Go. Thanks a lot, bro. But to be the best, yeah, I really do appreciate that I'm your best. There's a lot of software producers that I know. There's actually a few producers I know who actually went to school to make music. Most of these guys actually learned themselves. They tried to make ways work. Some of them were taught by others as friends. But yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we can. If I had the money, maybe I would have went to school for music production, but it just didn't happen. Okay. Also, say I was thinking maybe something like you pick 5 people and then they make small EP, 5 tracks each. Gets to like the track. Just a suggestion. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that would work. I pick 5 people and then they make EP each, 5 tracks each. That's tough, bro. Imagine if I'd ask you to make 5 tracks right now, how long would that take? That's not as easy as you might think it is. It's very tough if you'd actually think about it. Okay, Sandy Letsogo is asking me if can I play keys. The answer to that is actually no. I can't play keys, bro, even now. If you'd ask me, I know I have a MIDI here. This MIDI helps me a lot, but I can't play keys just fluently and go psh. But every time I produce, I just do something here, and then when something happens here, I just keep it there and map it out here, and then from there I just use everything and everything goes well. I don't really know how to play keys. I don't know, but I understand a bit of a music theory, so I try map everything out. And this having a MIDI is actually advantageous even though you don't know how to play, because once you have a sound and you play it here and move your fingers around, something good might come up. So that's how I do it. Something good usually comes up, I keep it that way in most of the tracks. My DT, thanks brah. to say you love my music. Thank you a lot. Thanks. I try. I try, bro. Like, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Drop a like. I don't know if those things worked anyways. Thanks guys. Yeah. So I don't know, when should we host any listening session, or should we stop with the listening sessions? Okay, I'm being asked when am I releasing the guitar song with Classic Desire. Actually, if you were here at the start, Classic Desire was here. I asked him. I've been trying to get hold of him, but maybe he has problems with the phone. I actually have more than one song with him, and I think they are about ready for a release, but there's a few things we have to work through before all that. So I kinda am waiting on him. Then we can drop the tracks. Because they're saying, do not be afraid to price your tracks. It's your effort. Don't price less than these digital platforms. When it comes to pricing and tracks, you actually do not decide how much your track costs if you put it on those digital platforms. I've never been asked how much should I make the track be, or I don't remember like saying I want this type of money. When you go to about Google Play, they will price each and every track about 10 rand, as in less than 10 rand. And then when you head on to track source, they're going as much as 40 rand. So the different stores vary, different stores vary. I don't know those type of dynamics, how they get to choose. It's not on me. Do you only make house music? Yeah, I only make house music for now. Yeah, I've only ever made house pop. Okay, not only. I actually did BT hip hop. I was actually learning to try Wenza hip hop. So I've been watching some tutorials from the top guys about Banner's Chep, Kyle Beats, Simon Sevilla, No Ocean, about Ed Talenti. Those are the guys that I know. Actually, I've watched the tutorials how they do the things, and I actually came up with the hip hop beat. But I haven't shared it here. Maybe I should share it here, like my first hip hop beat. And it was something which was chilled and dope. But the feedback and I've manner from a lot of people, they said it sounded a lot like house music, which is slowed down. And I was like, okay, it's because of the type of drums that I have, or the like being used to making house. So that's why it was a bit house-ish. I didn't get to hear, I don't know that, but I was told by a few people, so I got to like, okay, sure, I hear you guys. So maybe I'll take La beat and bring it here and review it and ask you guys what you think, yeah. And then besides that, yeah, I've actually produced some other stuff, which is more of a piano-ish, for some of the vocalists that I've worked with. But it's mainly been house, always been house most of the time. And K-Broken Introspection, now I would like consider it after he has house music. Okay, what else? Sounds of Peace, can you share your setup? I'd like to know more about his setup. Yeah, my setup, I actually done a video here on the channel like quite recent, I think last month. I dropped what I used to make music and what I've always ever used. So the setup is here on the channel, bro. It's not that much. If I can tell you, it's just this and the computer and me for now. There's nothing else that I use. I don't have most of the things people have. It's that sad. Okay, Ola Lesego. How's it, bro? Java saying you must finish that song you uploaded yesterday. Have you thought about the title yet? Okay, the song I uploaded yesterday, which I said deserved vocalist. Actually, some good news. I actually got a vocalist vocalist is the guy that I've already worked with, Uchastimo. Like he had the thing at first. It was like, nah, I'm onto it. And then he actually recorded vocals at the exam point. He had the song. So the guy is good. The vocals are dope. I don't know. Should I play it here a bit? Maybe. Okay, maybe I'll play it tomorrow. The vocal piece, but maybe play the vocal or work on it. I don't know. But working on it would take a lot of time, so I'll probably give you a preview of what the vocals sound like with the track on another video. Salute Jeba. Okay, he must choose the first track that people send, each and every artist, and to like a EP, because I feel like I used. Okay, so really, bro, I think what you were saying is quite good. For you to say I should take tracks from you guys and choose them and then like compile an EP from my subscribers. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. I think I should do that, but I have to like get you all on board on that and choose the best tracks and publish that. And hope you won't come for me in the future and saying I want my money. I want my money. You know what's happening? I want my phone in my Lisa. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. In one of the tracks or listening sessions, I'd like someone should choose his best for an EP, and then I drop it under the stores. Great idea. I think I'll roll with that. Have you ever ghost produced for a big producer? Yes, I have ghost produced for a big producer that each and every one of you knows. Trust me on that one. Trust me, you know the producer. I've done some work for them, but I can never disclose that. And there are other producers also which I've done ghost production for. And I've done ghost production for some producers abroad. Here in South Africa. Yeah, I've done ghost production. Okay, wala danzo. You're not that late. Nothing much is happening anyways today. Just having a chat about everything and trying to, fix things, find a better plan. Hola Neptune, how's it, Brian? How's it? I hope sharp. Okay, 2D Rex Gaming says, I suck at making percussions. Maybe you can make a video just working on your percussions. Okay, when it comes to percussions, it's not that easy making percussions. I think the most important thing is finding the right type of combination of those percussions. If you get a one-shots, a lot of one-shots, then you can like find a combination and make sure you play with the pitch of each percussion. Because don't just use percussion as it is. A lot of things may happen. And also try get loops too. I think these guys you like look up to a lot. They use a lot of loops, especially when it comes to percussions. And I can hear them when I'm listening to a song, but I loop, especially on the percussion side. But they never say and they never share those loops where they get them. So people are in it for themselves. But don't be too much on yourself. If you can't work your way in percussions, you can find loops also. Maybe I should search for loops for you guys and search them, or do some loops for you and then try sell them to you or anything. Hola Benedict, what's up? Hamba kanjani. Yeah, Fibs, bro. These guys use loops a lot, bro. They use loops a lot. They use loops a lot. These guys, Now, when someone uses loops, you might have had that type of respect for them was there, but finding out they use loops, you realize that it's not that hard and it's not that much of work when someone uses a loop. Taking a loop and putting it there, it's like simple. Everything has been done. The loops sound quality. They've been mixed well, and yeah, why not they just do this and that, and then they're done. DistroKid, you can set your price. It depends on your distributor, I think. Yeah, DistroKid is a distributor though, so it doesn't make sense to say it depends on my distributor. I don't know. I use DistroKid. Did I set a price there? I'm not sure. Now, DistroKid, if you set a price, this price is determined by the store. DistroKid usually takes your song and takes it to a particular store. For example, they'll take your track to TrackSource. TrackSource determines the price of how much to sell it. If it's not like that, then I might be mistaken, I'm not sure. The reason why I'm saying like this is because Google Play usually sells a track over 10 Rand each. Even if it's like a top artist, they'll like 10 Rands or 6 Rand some tracks. So I'm not sure who decides that. Is it you, the owner of the track, or your distributor which took the track to the store, or the store itself? It's not that easy. It's tough. I'm seeing something I've actually loop pack is $67. So these people usually buy his loop packs now. Well, they buy them, they use them because they can afford them. They already have cash, they already have big names. So it's not something which is rocket science. But if you want to use loops, guys, I don't think there's a problem using loops. I don't think there's a problem. If you get like dope loops, make sure you hit me up and give me. I might use loops if I had like the dope ones, the one these guys I feel like they are using. But only the loops that I've managed to hear, they're quite expensive. So people actually know the quality of those loops. That's why they sell them at those prices. They know like sample to a dope tune. Okay, so should I do I should say send your tracks for EP or something. Okay, two directs asking me, are you a better producer than you are at mixing? It's hard for me to judge if I'm better at mixing or at producing. Like producing is coming up with the ideas, which I'd say I'm quite good at also, and mixing is making those ideas sound dope. I don't know, it's hard to judge. Maybe you have to listen to the tracks that I've made and decide for yourself. But I'd say it's more of a 50-50, or I don't know, it's hard to, yeah. Maybe it's balancing. But one thing I can say, most people are better at producing than mixing, but I wouldn't say that for myself. I think it's a bit balanced to me. I'm actually quite good at both, especially okay, let me say this, my work speaks for itself, and I'm saying this because of people who have approached me to do some mixing work for them. For someone that good to approach you and say mix this track for them, then it means that you're actually good at what you do. That's how I see it. So I wouldn't say I'm not good at mixing because of people who came to me. Melodic God is asking me if, in my own opinion, what's better to produce, Amapiano or Deep House. To say better, the word better, there's not, I don't know, I don't think it's the right word to use. There's nothing ever better to produce, or better in terms of what, or maybe which is more difficult to produce, or which, I don't know what you mean when you say better. Maybe like clarify that, then I'll try answer a question. Oh, when you mean easier, what's easier to produce? Deep House or Amapiano? Amapiano is easier to produce, bro. That one I think is a dead giveaway. Amapiano is easier to produce than Deep House, because by listening to most of my piano songs, I've been listening to piano a lot from last week, ever since I started listening session and I had a piano track. So I made it my aim to listen to piano much more. And then I've listened to it. It's quite easy to produce than Deep House. There's a lot more technicalities when it comes to Deep House. Piano, there are just a few technicalities, and the reason why I say this, if you listen to most of piano tracks, there are only like key elements you follow when making a piano song. There are barely any variations between piano tracks if you listen to most of them. It's like they all fall under the same roof as in a household, but a deep house would like fall under a community. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of variations, sections within a deep house. You have to explore them, but it's not the same as a piano. Cookie Monster is asking, well, how well can you play a piano, and do you have any music theory background? A piano, I cannot play a piano, so I can't even say I can play it this well. I can't play it. Music theory background, I do not have it. I've never had music theory background. I've only checked on music theory during my time producing. So I know a bit of music theory. And my ear helps me a lot. So I know a bit. What's the difference between a music producer and a beat maker, according to me? Yeah. Okay, according to me, I think I have to answer this one according to me. These things have changed a lot over the past decades or so. What we like knew as a producer and a beat maker were like two different things back in the day. But now people are doing things themselves, so they're kind of like both. For example, stuff like mixing, mastering, recording, producing, arranging. What else? The compositions. Those are like 6 different jobs for each person. There will be like different people for all 6 of those things. But imagine if it's someone like me who does all of this myself. So what would I call myself? Like composer and everything. I can't list all of those, so I'll just be a producer. So beat making starts from a composition, I'd say, and ends with a arrangement. That's how I think about it. Anything further than that, when it comes to technicalities, the mixing and mastering, I don't think I would say a beat maker does that. But being able to do that in your own beats doesn't like take away the name beat maker. You're still a beat maker even if you can't do that. I don't know if I'd explain that clearly, but it's quite hard to explain that. It's just the same as the production. Production is very hard to distinguish these days. That's why these guys were fighting who produced which songs, because of what someone did. And these days it's not considered as a production when you say do this and do that. People consider production when you sit on the chair and do the beats. But back in the day, you wouldn't have to do anything to be a producer. If you tell someone to do this, do that, you're still a producer back in the day. But things change. People are finding new ways to define the exact same thing. So that one is hard to explain. But I hope I tried. Okay, I'm being asked, when was your last performance? What kind of performance? So I'm thinking DJing. That's the only performance I think I ever do. Like Kubela Wamudlala, I was trying to think. I think it was 2018 the last time I played Dex. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2018, so it's been a very long time. I don't even remember. But it was in Pretoria. I was booked at Pretoria. I went there, I came back, did my thing. But ever since then, I never got a chance to. People have come to me and asking, how can I come perform? But when I put, it's because of where I'm situated most of the time. Since in this Eastern Cape, like it's a hassle to get me to Limpopo, for example. It would like cost a lot, and people would see and like can't pay that much just for transport. If you're saying this has to be transport, then you have to sacrifice some of your own cash. If I charge someone for convenience sake, let me say I charge them 1,000, and then they find out that they have to like pay 1,000 and then add an extra 1.2 for transport, which doesn't make sense. So they'd rather like pay me something less so that some of that money goes to transport. So that's like a disadvantage of being this side, I think, anyway. And also maybe people don't know me, or maybe people don't like the music I make, or I don't know. There's a lot of things which go into that. I'm not sure. So Melody God is asking me, when did you actually start producing music, and how has it changed you as a person? Yo, that one is difficult. That one. To say it has changed me now, I don't think I'd say it has changed me, but it kind of like has opened up this path. I'm here because I can make music. I'm here because I'm making music. So it's the only ever route that I've taken, because I've learned music from 5 years ago. So 2021, 2020. Okay, it's a tough one. But let me check something which I can reference. First things first, the first time when I actually got into Encounter and FL Studio, it was in 2013. I'm sure of that. But then I didn't like produce. I just saw the software. I didn't know it was the software they used to make music. It's always shocking when you find out that this is the thing whereby people do the things. Yeah, that was like, yeah, the shocking part. So after that, after a few more years, I was like, okay. I got my own laptop when I was in Cape Town, 2015. Yeah. 2015 was when I was like grinding and learning a lot when it comes to music. It was 2015. I was watching other tutorials, and the lucky part was that I was Escala, so there was internet as Escala. So I'd use la internet as Escala to watch as long as tutorials of these guys. And practice. I spent a lot of time for FL. Then I dropped my first track even a year later, which is 2016. I dropped the track 2016 around November. I think it was 2016 August, but late 2016. After I dropped the track, I found ways to push it. I asked my friends to put, and people just liked it. And that was it. From then, 2017. I got into it, tried pushing via Facebook. People liked the songs that I was making, and yeah, everything just went up from there. So, Substrumental is asking me, where do we find your ancestral music? I don't have a lot of ancestral music. I think I have 3 tracks that I've made. 3. I can only think of 3 right now. And 2 of those 3 are actually with me right here on my computer. It's only Usage which I released officially. The other ones were never out officially. Yeah, the other one I did release for free on my Facebook page, but I don't know if people did receive it well or what. This one just played here is still with me also. I was selling it a few years back, but then I stopped. I barely ever make it ancestral, but maybe I should do it more these days. Okay, Benedict. So, when you make a song with the vocalist, you make the beat first, or you start recording vocals? Okay, this one I'll talk from my experience on the vocal tracks that I've worked with. It has happened both ways. Actually, the track called Confessions, Contract on Confessions, on my recent EP with Jack, those vocals were from a different track. Those vocals. And Ubizo were from as vocals were meant for a different track, but I was like, no man, these vocals kind of like sound good for this type of sound, just like a Confession. So Confessions was originally a track by Jack. 100%. He had the beat himself. He had made the beat and stuff. But then he said to me like, do this. And I was like, okay. I made something completely different. I just took those vocals and added to something that I already had and managed to piece everything together. So it sounded good. So I think it was me. And then other tracks can go. I've sent a beat over, just like the track called Music by myself and just know I gave him the beat and asked him to get vocals on top, and he did that well. So it does work both ways. It has worked both ways for me also. Even the guys who've been doing it know, if, for example, if you're a rapper, you always have some lyrics on your back. Then you get the beat after. It barely ever happens that you get a beat and then have and write. It happens, but if you're always rapping, you'll always be writing something, so you'll get beats after. Yeah. So Puma PA is asking me, when am I releasing a music video? I would have dropped a music video by now if I had the resources, I won't lie, but music video thing, I don't have the money. If I had the cameras and everything, I would like try do that myself, but for now, I don't know. I'm also like trying to get into filmmaking. Maybe I'll do so that I do music videos myself, but definitely I will do them, and I will do music videos for tracks that I've already released like years back. I'll catch up. I'll do music videos, but not now, not anytime soon. I feel like I don't have the money or the equipment, so it's not that easy. So someone's asking me, before I do production, do I smoke weed? Oh, bro, this question, I've got the question a lot of times before. I've never smoked weed. I don't smoke weed. I don't even smoke. And then there's alcohol. Yeah, I drink. But smoking, no. I don't smoke, my bro. Okay, so Will is asking me, I want to know exactly how to register with Samro, because I have sent them the documents early last year and did everything they asked, but never returned me. I even called them, but bazobuyela home. Okay, Samro registration, I'm not sure, I'm quite familiar. I'm not a Samro member. Am I a Samro member? I don't know if I am a Samro member though, because I did fill out as a forms. I emailed them. I emailed to Samro, filled out as a form, they scanned. I emailed them. After I emailed them, then they wanted like tracks. They said they responded to me actually, and they didn't even take a long time. I think it was a few weeks. They responded and then told me, no, attach your songs, attach what, but I never did that, so it's my fault. And thanks for your reminder. I have to register glawe. Abantu bayatya ngalawe yo. Abantu bayatya ndiyajeleleka. But for you guy, I think into zokunceda, if you go to channel Skill, there's this guy who Skill Music SA, like yena provide yonke technicalities zento zakaSamro. He tell you how to register and all that. But by them not responding, I don't know how to do that. Even the calls, these people like bayapambana, I don't know how I'd help your guy. Okay, I'm getting any question. Have you ever put your vocals on a track? Yeah. Yeah, kind of anyways, because I was talking about the track, the recent, someone was saying it's good, my track, and Utsete, the village girl. The track is called Focus. I was saying I'm the one who said focus, track, focus. I said focus and then chopped and then added it delay and then added 3 and then EQ, yeah. So that counts as a vocal, yeah. So it does count as my voice though, yeah. So I did, but once, and maybe I should do it again. I'll try to do it again also. Okay, Sian is asking, I have FL Studio, but it's a demo. I want the real thing. How much is it? Okay, FL Studio has actually versions. Is it different, my guy? It's not just one version. There's a Fruity edition, which is about 700. Then there's the producer edition, which is about thousands. I remember when I bought FL Studio, I bought a producer edition, and it was 2,000 on Take a Lot. Then after a producer edition, we got a nice signature bundle, which is more expensive. I don't know how much is it. After a producer signature bundle, there's all plugins edition, which is way expensive. I think 14,000. So Lena 700 has a lot of limitations. They will hold you back. Producer edition, so there are some plugins that are not there, some things that you can't do. So now, then signature bundle also, it's about 8,000, Joanna. And then there's What else? Yeah, all plugins. But just invest. I highly suggest the producer edition, which is 2000. Put aside the 2K, bruh, like keep saving. Power 2K and then over grand. And get the producer edition. At least to FL Studio is like free lifetime updates. So we always get the updates for free. Okay. Awe Messiah, awe bra. How's it? Yo. Long time. And as I still owe you as away. Damn. I actually forgot about that game. I think I have to check something out and make sure something happens. Salute mfethu. I'm really proud of the hits you make, Apo Ndumbi. Thank Brian, thank you. Now I am proud of actually the music that I make. And it doesn't look or sound like me. That's what people have said anyways. I don't know how music's supposed to look like. But anyways, music is music. You can never tell where it comes from. Just get to listen to it. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Yeah, bro, 14K, 14K, all plugins edition. US now I have the all plugins edition now, which was a gift from FL Studio. I did Ilando a video. I did a video on FL Studio unboxing, and I compared the editions. Make sure you check out that video. You'll see there how much each costs. Mna ndanceda ngoza la video FL Studio warisha kumati hake siyabulela andifakele all plugins edition lo ngoyena odura. So Benedict is asking, so do you produce mostly deep tech afro? Yeah, I mostly produced the afro tech, afro deep tech, soul. Yeah, that's what I mostly produce. There's subgenres house which are more on the deeper side when it comes to Africa. Hip hop, I've just said it here that I made my first hip hop beat. I don't know how it sounds like. I'll come here on the channel and show you guys my first ever hip hop beat. You will judge me because you are listeners as hip hop. You are hip hop experts. I know there are a lot of people who do hip hop beats here. Nah, I've never done them, so I'll just bring that beat at first. But the beat is not bad for someone starting out. I can tell you that. So I'll bring it in. You'll see, guys. You'll judge me. You'll help me. Give me some tips, some advice. I'll grow. Afro soul is something that maybe I kind of get into. It's dope. Yeah, so actually I was listening to the album before I did the video. Yeah, the album is dope. It's something that I was actually happy when I heard the Aquatone album, because we've barely ever it's been a long time we heard that type of sound from Utakapo. So at least it was from when I released with those tracks. Yeah, I love them a lot. Don't I can release so young. No tracks got Takapo. The album EP got Takapo today. Today is Friday. Say weekend. Aquatone EP, Takapo actually released and Aquatone released, so both as the Afro by Takapo, you should check that out. Femi and what? Jamie, and there's 2 tracks, the Afro under More Black Records and EP from Aquatone, which has a lot of tracks. I think it's 7 or something. But the track which is my favorite part is a track called Azana. Yeah, Azani, not Azan. Azani. Oh, the track's good background. Yeah, Gene. Thanks. The tracks I'm playing here are actually tracks that I've already dropped. Not officially, because I dropped them on Senza bootleg series, instrumentals are since I know they're not copyrighted. So I remember last year I was pushing a bootleg series where I would remix some dope vocals and then put those 3 or 4 tracks in a pack and then I'd sell the pack for like 50 rand. That's how I'd like hustle to get some sense. So these are the instrumentals of those remixes. Azania is my favorite dude for me. I like it also. It's the best track, but I've heard that track for a long time. I even heard the song way before it was released, and I've been listening to it, so I just kind of got used to it. It's the best track for sure, but my favorite is Azania. It's something that we don't get to hear from Aquatone. Always smell the carbon and Afro. But yeah. Production, I feel these days, people are coming in. People are coming in when it comes to the music. So Messiah is asking me, which genre I enjoy the most when it comes to listening to the music or making the music, because it's not the same thing for me. Like when it comes to production, my favorite genre when it comes to production is supposed to be Deep Tech. Voice Tech is the hardest in food when it comes to my opinion, and since I've done most of these genres, I feel like the challenge a way when I produce Deep Tech. Deep Tech, challenge a way, and it's what I like to produce. My favorite thing. Then there's the Afro House. I'm not sure. Afro Tech, Afro House. It's not my favorite thing to produce. It's not even my favorite thing to listen to. And to be honest, the Afro House, especially this type of EP that I just dropped, was not that hard to produce for me. I know how I'd be different from any producers with that type of sound. I just find my corner Pagla sound. It was not easy for me to produce. No, not as hard for me to produce this one. It was actually not that hard. So when it comes to listening to music, I'd say I barely listen to music these days. I'm always I've been listening to your tracks, but deep house and it's soulful. I think when it comes to listening, deep house and tech, then soulful, then Afro tech, then soulful, But at first, back in the day, each Indian inspiration I to get into this was the Afro and tribal. Everything else just followed from there. So if you know what preset do most producers use for melodies like Uchi Master Shine, Candyman, they have this common melody. I just wonder what's the plug and preset. Okay, first of all, and here's the melody but I think that one might help because Uchi Master Shine, I have him unlocked. I'll just ask him what's that plugin, what's that what you use there, and I don't think he'll mind telling me. So just make sure you remind me some other time. I'll ask him. I'd ask him right now on the phone, but it's actually what I'm using to record this video, so I couldn't. So what's your favorite BPM to produce at? It depends on the genre that I'm making. But when it comes to Afro House, I don't like going 124 and 125 to Afro House. I really don't like it, and I feel like that's like if you listen to these guys, Abenza music for a dance floor, they go 124, 125, Afro Tech, 124, 125. As I track feel along with Shimza. Like about Master Shan, Candyman, Kususa, Nabo, Afro Brothers, they always like hit as a mark 124, 125. So for dance music, like that's it. That's the jazz. That's the BPM part. It's not. I don't usually do lamkulo unjeya to be exact. That's why I don't hit as a. I like landing go 122. I think 122, 121, 123. Zizo when it comes to Afro House. So your comments on Makwa podcast, it's really sad what's happening to him. We really need to educate ourselves. Oh, bruh, it's tough. this thing is happening to Umakwa, no, especially to Umakwa. Number question number one. It's very sad, bro. It's very sad, and I don't know. I think we should educate ourselves. Even myself, I don't think I know that much, but I know more than the average producer. Like that's why I keep telling these guys, be careful when it comes to as labels. Be careful. At least I have some experience. I've signed a record deal. These things, I'd say these things are the same thing, but it's just levels, bruh. Levels. Same level. Lena yenzeka level, but in way one concept. Le yenzeka kwenye level, but concept is the same. It's levels. I've gotten a record deal. These people shall cash, bruh. The first thing we need to understand, which is the hardest thing to understand, is that record labels, business companies, business are there to make profits. So Bona, they know exactly how to make profits. Or Makwa, people with the talent never get to check what's in it business-wise. Bona, they just in it for music. Even most of you, I'm sure of this, most of you here, you do music because you love music. You're not thinking about the money right now, because what the hell are you going to get the money? No one knows you. Yeah, so that's why you do it. Now imagine someone comes to you and say, do this. They'll give you a young 5k. Obviously, I accept. I accept in the deals. I'll give you 5k. I accept because I don't have money. I need the money. But Bona, they know what they're doing. They'll convert the 5k into something way more than a 5k. Yeah, the worst part is that they started like low bonk and then they grew together. But once you grow together, those guys who will chow there and you are there, but you were pushing together and you were there when these things were happening. Mark was saying why he did most of the work when it came to producing. He was mixing for these guys, he was mastering for these guys, he was doing arrangement for these guys. The things that were supposed to be sent, outsourced, 30 track, my mixer, your masteration. They wouldn't pay. They didn't want to pay people outside because they know he knew how to do these things. So they'd say he must do it. And he'd do it, and then they didn't give him the money for mixing, for mastering, for all other things. But bro, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. Money is not just, it's a lot. And you always have different opinions as people. So would you sign under or not? Probably, record labels. I'm not. That's why I have Ironic Productions right now. That's why I just wanted to do it while I'm still here at the bottom. And this type of cases, about note and these things like show me why I shouldn't be signing to some record labels. But maybe people will come with a dope deal and with some man, and I'll be like, and Capitec, I'll sign. But it would depend on the deal. The deal would be like, you have to be dope for me. And I'll like reference it to some people. I don't want to lie and say source and sign. It would depend on the deal, and I'd have to check it, and I would be like critically checking it out for me, what would benefit me. But most of the times, and when it comes to record labels, I'll tell you, most of the record labels are in South Africa. Some of them have actually approached me and asked me to drop under them, and I've rejected them. Let me just edit there. It's better starting your own label and growing it. I'm actually with you on that one, but it's not easy to grow a label, but I think maybe it's better in the long run. Yeah. So XD says, don't be too hungry. Try stick to knowledge more than entertainment. Feed your mind more so that you can avoid issues like we see with people who like Umakwa. Yeah, that's true. That's true, X. That's true. But the main thing with Umakwa, the main thing I feel like we should understand, it's not about him being too much out of it, or that thing. Those guys like grow up together, they push together for more than 7 years. Imagine the friendship was based on trust. Like, people who've known you for a long time, they are close to you. When we say, bro, let's push, let's make a track, you would never like jump into paperwork and say, no, what's the paperwork? With someone you've been close with for a long time. And Makwa even says he was working with guys way before the AboQuest, and the guys who were there. So it's guys he grew up with. So all this thing is like, step in the back, betrayal from. So it's more heading inside than it is like when it comes to him, man. The money they took millions from him, grand, but they like took something inside of him besides him, like a betrayal from someone you trust, someone you love actually. And I watched the podcast Questa Kumekchi. Questa didn't say that much there because he knows everything, and he like specified like these guys, I can never say I've lost love for them because I've been with them from a dusting. So it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I've actually have made tracks in a band also here since we were growing up. Imagine if I'd like chow cash with the same track and I leave someone behind, but I was like, it's a tight one. So I said I signed my track with Backstand Records till today. No man, but I see the numbers growing on the track, growing on Spotify. They issued a $10 check last year, ever since they quit. Look at that. And imagine, bro, you're still where you are right now. And $10 is about like 140. And those numbers will continue to grow. If you grow, once let's say you hit it and break. Once you break, people will discover you will go back to the tracks you made while you were coming up. So those numbers will continue growing forever. And once numbers grow, people are getting paid, bro. But it's not you. And when you'll be like fucked, bro. Paxton from Italy. Cool. I think that's dope, bro. That's dope. But we have to be careful with these things. Be careful. And the check, the $10, you'll child it and everything will end. Yeah, it's sad, but niggas hide their stories. That's why we lack knowledge. We only find out when it's all said and done, but young ones don't learn from it. Yeah, these things are never disclosed, younger bruh. For umzekelo, you can never just go out and disclose a contract yakho or something like. Now I signed a contract, I think it was 2019, I signed a contract. And I couldn't like disclose it, but when I go back, I think I still have the contract. I'm checking the contract and I'm like, no man, wasn't it, yeah, well, but it has happened. You can only learn from that, and you will learn from his experiences. So Marco was even made to pay for clearing a sample when it's there, bruh. Imagine that, bruh. Marco like they murdered the guy. I'm say inside. Where's the millions? Imagine someone ripping you off millions. Because when this guy was like talking about these monies, and I was like, yeah, my calculations are adding up to something way over 2 million, which is supposed to go to this guy. Maybe it was supposed to be 3 million. And those monies didn't disappear in space. Someone took Lamal and they chowed it, or they are still chowing it. You should pull up a contract even on family, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, so true, ex, bro. Yo, so true. That one I know now. I know now. When someone wants to come up with something which is like has a potential to make a lot of cash, paperwork, bro. Paperwork. And tell them it's not personal. Make sure the paperwork is there. Yeah, it knocked him down big time. Oh, bro, unyansile yang. Unyansile. Where's Marco ngumjita from Ekas, and you can tell like, yeah, this chap has a codes, like as a pro code as Ekas. Like, God. Imagine someone ripping me off millions. It's a fight about. I knew. Yeah, trust no one. No, bro. People are out to eat these days. Everyone knows exactly what they are doing. Questa younger, bro. So true. Questa tricky to Questa. And the thing is, with Questa knows but une fan piece behind him. And smart to Questa. I feel like the guy is very smart because as long as chefs is smart, man. Even Nota is very smart. How he played Yongele way, like. How played Yongele, and it's only like but how I can tell by this guy is very smart. Questa too is smart. I noticed to Questa, okay, ulele timing kula podcast uMcG. On that podcast, uMcG tried a lot of times to press Ukwesa what are the answers, but this guy would never give any answers. He would talk a lot, but there would never be something of value or questionable. And what I liked about how he conducted himself, he'd say it, but no, discussing this won't be an issue, but I feel like each and everyone needs to be here. I don't want to discredit anyone or say something, or maybe you might interpret something on the wrong way. So that's true, but he didn't say anything. That's what I see, that this guy is smart. He didn't say anything. And Ukwesta, he was saying it from the very first point that he wasn't managing the money. He was in it for music. He's only ever been in it for the music. So he was doing the music most of the time. But the money, he got the money. But the money, I'm sure he got the money. And money is money, bro. Kwesta didn't pay my Porisa for Rungutu. Don't understand the countless hours of trial and error of production. For Ungutu, which track is Ungutu and Spirit? I usually like. I usually mess up the two. Ungutu was the one produced by Maporisa. Maporisa says it's being owed a lot. I saw something like that. Maporisa was talking about like Questa didn't appreciate his efforts on those type of tracks. I don't know if the efforts meant the royalties which belonged to him or what, but it just said he didn't get like appreciation, maybe 20k nyana to appreciate the efforts. I don't know what are the efforts. Maybe the efforts were him putting Questa up there because Maporisa is a brand a dope way. So I'm not sure which is which. I don't know if he owes him like royalties. If he owes him royalties, then X hours theta right. How to conduct themselves as business. X, my opinion on this, I don't think it's that easy. People are being finessed, even like the people you trust, like this one, this can never happen. These people know how to finesse someone. These people know how to finesse people, bruh. You might think like, no one would ever more me. But these people, when they get you, they get you. When they get you, these people, they know how to do these things. Okay, let me just check something out to play. It's a tough world. I just hope no one ever does that to me. I don't know what's that. Damn. Okay, Amado says, hi bro, I think what most of us upcoming producers have an issue with mixing and mastering. I paid someone by the name of DJ, okay, let's not mention the name, to master my track. And no feedback from him. What? Yo. So you paid someone and they never got back to you. What are they saying? Now you should definitely name them. If someone is doing shit like that to you, bruh, you must make sure he doesn't never do some shit like that to nobody else. Get him out there, tell us. No, these people are never called out. That's why I feel like it. And these people, worse if they are famous. These famous guys, I can tell from like Itipa's producers in South Africa. Most of these guys are full of shit, but I'm telling you, I know them. These guys are full of shit, most of them. And no one ever gets to tell them, I go, pambana. They keep doing what they do. Like, you rip off, paying someone to master your track. You should have gave that tender to X Diesel. He wasn't gonna run away with your money. But let us know, man. We'll discredit abantu. Nokanye inike mna lo 10. Extra ama 10 awufuna channel yakhe chini. So kwama sapi 10 afit. How much did you pay the guy? I'm curious. How much did you pay the guy? X, how much do you charge for mixing and mastering? I think I might have some business nyana for you. Okay, Sfiso Adams says, do you think Makwa is on to something by saying Pori is not nice? Bro, Makwa, I trust that guy 100%. Pori, you know, the reason why I say this about Pori, I don't think it's the first time I've heard something like this. Koma Pori's bar. No, this guy, something shady about him. Yeah, and I can't discredit him as a producer. He's worked, that guy. He's worked, and like his numbers speak for himself. But when you're up there, you don't do that much work. Maporisa knows that, his stronghold is the brand that he already has. So even if Maporisa would take a track from myself and like feature himself there, the track would pop because it's him. Remember, people were on to Maporisa and were accusing him when he was working with Kabza a lot. They were saying Kabza is doing most of the work and Maporisa is not doing anything. So it's not something that I'm quite shocked of, and I trust Marco when he says it. I trust him. Okay, so ex-diesel charge 100 rands per stem. Charges per stem. Oh, okay. He charges per stem to mix. Some other tracks have over 100 stems. Okay, I get you. Damn. No, I've never actually charged like that. I've only ever charged mixing and mastering a track, and it's 650 for both. If you want to do one of them, I charge the same 650. If you want to do one, I charge the same 650. I don't consider stems and stuff. I just do the work. But this one makes sense. Hey, if someone gives me something that's easy to mix, that's very hard to mix over 100 stems. I don't know what I'd do. But charging per stem is I even Chima charges per stem. I think I've seen something like that. But I don't charge per stem as of yet. Maybe I will in the future. Thanks X. Makes sense. So one thing I'm also curious, is it you charge per stem for both mixing and mastering, or mixing is this and mastering is this? Okay, Benedict said, I've watched the other video here on YouTube, the breakdown of Spirit, how it was produced by Makwa. But on the statement that Makwa showed from the Samro, the track was not on the list of tracks. That's why they finished him, bruh. That's why Bamshaya Shail, Makwa. He was said, if he's not there on that track, Bamshaya Shail. Simple, Bamshaya Shail. How can you do a video showing it on EPC on how you made something, and then when Ivela? Okay, I think I have to remove this. I didn't even notice it's been there. At least let me just minimize it a bit. Put it here. He knows that they scammed him big time. Maybe he didn't know the things at that time. Pori has a good ear. Yeah, Pori has a good ear, but you can say that. Or you cannot. I don't know if Pori has a good ear. I don't know even if it's his idea to get those people. If you are there, yeah, and that's being smart anyways. No, Poro smart like that. Another guy who's smart is Utira fencing as we are Utira. Vashi smart now. Those things he's in it for himself to eat, bruh. Even though he is helping people, but if you check clearly, we're born by people know where the money is and head towards that direction. Shama music hotel and X. What is being said about Upor, for myself, I've never heard a hit song produced by him alone. Heavy K said this. Yabon Ivaloe. Umakwa talked about times where DJ Maporisa was in Uhuru. Who was making those hits? Ubalo TJ Parks, Ubala Ubalum Chitana. I forgot about this other guy's name. Upori, when someone like that, Umakwa is a legend, Umakwa is a legendary producer in South Africa. When he says someone's not nice with it, you have to be careful. we have to be careful. Okay, maybe you didn't send the files in the correct manner. Even if you didn't send the files in the correct manner, you was supposed to get feedback from like do things the right way. And not just I think there must be contracts between clients. There are contracts, bro. So you agreed by mouth. Yes. It's tough. You should like get some contracts from the internet, download them, and make sure you give your client when they want to work with you. Because it's a tough world. People are in it to eat, bro. People are in it to eat. And people want to make money. People, they recognize these opportunities and they just shut their mouth and work and do the money. For example, I touched on TJTera. Like TJTera was taking up some of these people who are trending on these videos. You can see from the streets and whatnot. And then when he takes those people, abafake studio sakhe. Once abafake studio sakhe, uzobaculisa pam. Once abaculise, those tracks, everything there will go under label TJTera. And it doesn't matter what happens. If some of the cash generate izaqala kutira, and then after that he'll divide for the artists. Like simple, Tira was managed to spot as a twins when they were like having troubles with idols, and then was start when they were like fighting over what on idols. Took twins for Afrotainment. Each and every hit track, Afrotainment first, then goes down to the people who are signed under them. Same thing with each and every one who drops them. So the guy asked you for a 250 for 5 exclusive songs, okay? And sent to me on WhatsApp, okay? Now all 5 tracks are not on my phone. They disappeared. Okay. So what's the deal? You want the tracks again? I think I've actually got a situation as Armando Brown. Something like this happened to me. Someone once bought tracks from me, and then I sent them the tracks, and then they lost the tracks, and then they came back to me and said, okay bro, please let me buy the tracks again. I was like, no, you can't buy the same thing twice. You already bought the tracks. A media file, you should just be able to download it. Even if you buy a track on TrackSource, you will download it. Once you delete it, you go to your account on TrackSource, the song is still there. You download it once again because you already bought the track. There's no use of buying the track again. They're supposed to give it to you or you can just buy them data and say, okay, maybe that's what I'd say. I'd say, I already spent my data on that. So buy data, I'll send the tracks once again. That's your expense. Not like okay, so all 450 tracks, 5 tracks and master 1 track for me. Now I have nothing, no exclusive, no master track. Yeah. Right, people are cruel, bro. Hey. How can you? I think you should talk to the guy, man. You should try contact him, phone or get onto Facebook or whatnot. If they're not letting you know, I don't know. If you can tell us who he is, I can try help. I can just ask him, like, hey, bro, what's happening with something like this? Subscribe by Amikala, and maybe he'll listen to me. I don't know. If I knew how he is, anyways. So it's like 5. So each track was 250 and 150 for mastering, if I calculate it correctly, because they say 5 tracks, 250, and then you paid 450 if you were to master one of your tracks. So that's like, damn. Okay, 250 for 5 tracks, 200. So be 200 to master she track one. So he said he'd master a track for 200. Or it was part of the deal package, 450 package. I don't know what I'll do. And it's bandaganya no thoughts now. Yona idolani le track. Just chilling with this scam artist so long. How about you and X-Diesel make a track and also make a tutorial how to produce like X-Diesel? Saying I should make the tutorial on how to produce like X-Diesel besides the song. Wow. I think this one is not. It's very, very simple. If you want to know how to produce like X-Diesel, for example, you should go to X-Diesel's channel and check X-Diesel like previews each or most of the projects he makes on his channel for everyone to see, so you can easily learn how to produce like him. That's not that hard. Even myself, if you want to produce like myself, my tracks are even for example the EP that I dropped, each and every track was here on the channel before it was released. I was reviewing it, I was showing you guys which plugin I use, everything was there. So that was not that difficult, and it's not a train smash. If you want to produce like X, you can just go to his channel and check. You can't ask me to do it. Oh, obviously I'll fail. And then the track. How about we make a track? Yeah, we have a track that I'm making. Actually took a project from X-Diesel from one of his tutorials that I was pushing, and I said like give it to me and then I'll work on this one, and just send the project over. So it's still on it. It's giving me some problems now. Yeah, but I'm working on it. Yeah, I don't think that's difficult. If you want to produce like someone else. Rather save money and invest in acoustics, good headphones, stuff, and mix. Yeah, servers. That's true. That is very true. That's very true. But these people, they feel like they don't have the time to do that, to learn the music. They only have time to produce, and then mixing and mastering. They don't have the time. I don't know. I can tell you who that if, but what if they sued me? You know, people. Oh, you're scared of being sued. Come on, bruh. Someone owing you something, you can get sued for that. Like, guys, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I've seen something like that. It was this time. There's this guy called Demonto. I don't know if you know Demonto. The guy was we called fathers Demonto. Apparently that guy took someone's cash and then didn't give them tracks or something like that, and then the person went on Facebook and Demonto blocked this guy, and then this guy went on Facebook, published something, and that thing was shared by a lot of producers. Yeah, even shared it myself, because if someone does something like that, Tina will sell music to our people. So when a fan sees that producers can scam these people, then they won't come to us and buy the tracks, because they will think the same thing, that now will scam someone. I don't know how many times people have asked me if I'm not going to scam them or what, and I'd laugh and see people have been scammed before. Some they are not being trusted, but I don't work like that. That's why I don't understand. How can you scam someone trying to buy from you? Then they can't come again and buy from you, because when you keep selling the same product once again. Look at this. Smangalisa says the same thing. Says Demonto took his cash. Oh, bruh, that thing, I was angry with it also, because this guy is closing the market on us. Do you feel satisfied about your tracks? Yeah, most of them. And there are some tracks which I'd say I give up I give up. When I say I give up, it's just like I feel like I can't push the track further because I think I've done most of the things that I can do. That's maybe satisfaction of giving up, I don't know. But most of the tracks that I do, I'm like, yeah. For example, this track called Confessions, this recent EP, I'm very much satisfied with that one, bro. And even the one that I'll drop next, which I produced tracks earlier on, I'm pretty much satisfied. This thing of not being satisfied, I think it happened like it used to happen a long time ago, but not these days. These days, I'm quite confident. 250 gone. Yes. Hayi kaka singothi umuntu athatha imali yabantu. This guy's, what did he say? DJ Koza. What did he say? I actually know DJ Koza, like the guy who shares soulful. I know the guy. Hands up, Buzel. I don't know how I can reach him because I can ask him. I just head on to inbox side. But I don't have his personal account though. Who is he on Facebook? Like a personal account, not the page, because I know these people don't check pages. DJ calls us, he joined. Okay, I think okay, I'll check DJ calls and I'll ask him. Hopefully he'll answer something. I'm checking on Facebook, okay? Then I'll add him and just tell him to check his inbox. Maybe there was a misunderstanding between you guys, I don't know. We'll see. But one thing I'm sure of is that the money you'll never get it. Forget and for not much. These people will never bring back the money. The least you can get is the tracks that you're owed and your thingy thing, your must. I get him 18 in phase 2 in proxy. Let's just hope things go well. You will see. So who is my best producer in SA and why? I think my best producer is myself. Yo, guys, this type of questions are hard to answer. Best when it comes to what? There's no such thing as the best. Like, there are only like a lot of good producers, dope producers. My best? I don't know who's my best. There are a lot of dope producers. But I can only think of myself now. Yeah. The best, I don't know the best one. It's just producers you love listening to, yeah. And even I don't listen to that much music these days. But people who I feel like but dope. Classic desire, the guy is dope. The guy is dope. I've actually heard like more tracks from him than what he has on the channel. The guy is dope. I feel him a lot. Just like this one who's commenting here on the chat. This one is dope too. This guy called Messiah or Chita. I think you should check him out, you guys also. Check him out, he's dope too. Who else? I'm trying to think of names that you wouldn't know, maybe you wouldn't be familiar with. There's this guy called DJTS, someone I've worked with also. And he's not even into production. I don't know why, but I wish he was a bit more into it. There's someone called Candy Soul. Candy Soul, Umchita is from where I'm from. He's actually dope. He's actually gotten more dope than I remember. There's who else I think you should check out? Oh, Rocktonic. I think Rocktonic is someone who's dope too, especially lately. And I don't know who else. There are a lot of dope guys on that road. But the top ones you always listen to, I should stop listening to those people, right? For example, here on the channel also I've heard like a track from him, the guy is dope. And then also there's DJ Tando. I heard a track from DJ Tando. Yeah, I love that track. But yeah, I'd never like mention all of those people. Learning the engineering side of music automatically makes you a better producer, so don't be lazy. Okay, that's true. That's automatically true. Very, very true. What happened to Demonto? I don't know what happened to the guy. I won't lie. So, Cecil Adams, bro, how do you clear the voice clips that you use from movies? Clear them. How? Oh, remove the background. Most of the times, those clips are usually clear themselves when it comes to movies. Or background, you can just keep it background. Or you can apply a gate, noise gate. There's something called noise gate, which like takes. Let's make an example. So noise gate would take if volume your sound is below this part here. Then the noise gate would like squash it down. But if the volume is above this part, it will let it pass, so it would play low man. So once the volume of that voice clip gets low, so that people aren't talking but there's noise, the background or what, the noise should be like below this part. So the noise would be squashed down and turned down. Once the people talk to a part whereby they are above this type of volume, then the would be clear. I hope I explained that well. I don't know how to explain these things like the school way of explaining. I don't know. But yeah, that's a technique you could use. I think they make money because they send them back. So they consider waste of their time. Spoke 2018. I think it was before lockdown. Yeah, Amanda, bro, yours is tough. This guy may know, maybe he's fucking you up like on purpose. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Rocktonic, yeah, I agree. The next Chronicle Deep. Yeah, that's the only issue that I have with Rocktonic, because it's like falling under a shadow of Chronicle Deep because of the sound that it makes, and it's dangerous way. I'll let you know on a secret. I remember around 2017, 2018, there was this guy called Benediction. Benediction, his sound was like, I last sound got Edward. Exactly. And he used to say like he's inspired by Edward, not DC, yeah. So he would kill his sound as I was way too. But that made them like another DC, another Edward. So people wouldn't like know them. If a track played on the dance floor, people would assume Tracker Edward because the guy is so good on replicating the sound. And then after that, he actually was told, stop doing this. You'll fall under a shadow of Edward forever and you'll never be Edward. So at least the Benediction was like, okay, sure, he caught up quick to that and then managed to get inspiration from UTC, to get his own sound. So that's what I'd love for Rocktonic also. You don't have to do it exactly how Chronicle Deep does it. I've heard tracks as Rocktonic is in, and like I wanna, if I didn't know the title, I'd think it's Chronicle Deep. So that's dangerous. That's how I see it anyways. Now, I've never took that route. I always wanted to make my own way. And I also have people who would like to do what I do also. Bruh, never forget. It would never be like that. There can only be one me. Hola Mesla bro, hola salute. Oh shit, I just joined the chat and I'm not sure if you spoke about this, but what motivates you to not to quit music when you're aiming to release EP album? Okay, what I'd say motivates me right now, it's actually what I think is my future. Things are starting to, like, guys, for me, things are starting to be a bit clear, right? Like now. Like back in the day, I would like just produce because I feel like the love for music I produce, and you don't know where this thing might go. Yeah, for example, this channel here, I did. When I was doing this channel at first, I was like, I was losing so much motivation. I was like, let me just do it. But now I'm seeing this channel as a potential to grow. And because I'm seeing it growing it by the day, I gain 2 subscribers. Like some days I gain 3, some days I gain 50. So this thing will grow. That's what motivates me now. Like the eye for the future. I see what might happen. I see my life. Like sometimes, I'm like, okay, this is the life that I'll be living. Yeah. So let me continue. Yeah, I mean permission to release a song having used. Oh, you mean clearing the speech from your move? Okay, I don't know about that one, Swiss Admin, so I don't wanna lie. I was also like confused, how do these guys do it? And then I thought maybe those guys don't even do it. Because I don't remember Pink. Maybe I should test one out, a clip, and see if YouTube may like detect your clip with content ID. But there are ways to clear samples for music. For music, I don't know. It's all in the internet, obviously. Greetings, Cubic Small. Salute. When are we getting Amapiano from you, dude? Did you hear the track? No, I didn't hear it track. Trophy piano. Hey, piano. The reason why I don't have like a piano track at first is because I don't know how to do piano. That's like my first reason. Maybe I'll try it out also. I'll try it out. But I've worked on Amapiano, funny enough. But I didn't like produce the track. I kind of mixed and mastered and arranged the track. And then I added a few keys and there, did a little bit of post production. And the track came out well. I actually have it on my Ulanduga X, on my WhatsApp or status there. I don't think that would be like too much difficult to do a piano tune. But I'd have to like check it out, check your tutorials. Because I know we have a lot of dope ones. I don't even have one of the piano. So now it's something that I'll have to check on. Because one thing I noticed is that there are a lot of people who follow piano, especially when it comes to tutorials. It's actually piano people who are looking to make piano music. So if I'd make those type of tutorials, maybe the channel would have a huge jump. So for sure I'll experiment with that and then I'll come up with that track when I'm done here on the channel. Or maybe I'll bring the one that I mixed and arranged and did what here for you guys to see and judge. Or maybe I should play the track here. Well, let me check for it and then deal down. So I'll just play the song a bit, yeah, and then we say what you think. But reviewing it, maybe I'll review it some other time. Yeah. I mean, this thing was loading for a long time. When are you doing up and coming? Okay, let me pause this. So Cubic Small is asking me, when am I doing a compilation album fold with up and coming producers? I don't think I would ever do that. You know, those type of people always come back to you and claiming, yeah, I want my man. Yo, I don't think I'd ever do that. I don't think I'd ever do that. If you knew you'd want your man, if you like, you see your EP being played on radio, your track being played on radio, and like you're not getting anything, like ironic, you're charming my man. So you'd want your cash. Okay, here's the thing. So I'll just play some bit of it. This track I was arranging it and doing things. And it's quite good. So let me just play something from there. Yeah, that's it. I know I need to improve on a lot. Yeah, yeah, I need to improve on a lot. Oh, it says YouTube is full of piano tutorials. That doesn't even matter, that one. There's a lot of people who do piano tutorials, but I'm betting they're not as good. They're not as good at the tutorials. Like the thing is about me personally. Let me say me and your since we produced way before we started the channels. Like that's a giveaway. That's why the tutorials we make are usually better. Some people are there to learn the exact basics, and yeah, So even if I do some piano tutorials, I already have some of you guys here, so you kind of like them, I guess. At last, as I've told, are you live? Yeah, I'm live, bruh. I'm live, finally. At least I'll be alive a bit more than usual times now. Yeah, but I've been here for a long time, yo. I'm checking the time. Almost 2 hours. I need to bounce. Need to bounce. I'd like you to make, like me and X, to make more music sales. Like DJ Maporis and the likes. You guys have a huge fan base. And I wouldn't mind buying. Yeah, bro, you think we have a huge fan base, but hey, how about DJ Maporis have a fan base which is much. And the problem is that they have the money also. Like the money is quite pivotal and important. You use the money to push that type of work. For example, if I would make those hit tracks, we'd never even get to hear them because we wouldn't have the cash to push them. So we're only using like the organic audience. We're growing organic audience. We haven't paid for some fans, or we haven't paid for some airplay, or we haven't paid for. Those are the things that matter. And they matter a lot. Yeah. Alright guys, let me leave you now. You like tired. I'll host another session. I don't know what it will be about this time. I don't want us to keep listening, and I also don't want to be always making music at another life. I don't want this channel to be just about that. But for now, let me bounce. See you later. Shop. Thanks guys for tuning in.